Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Happiness Colours Kirby Roseanse. Today's video is going to be all about obviously the pages I've already coloured in Kirby's books, and that's mostly Worlds Within Worlds. I've done a couple in Mythic and I think I've done two maybe in Imagimorphia. All his other books, the other 9 books, I've not coloured in. So my challenge for September, one of them is to colour at least one page in each of the books I haven't actually touched yet. Obviously another challenge I'm trying to do before the 31st of December is to actually complete Worlds in Worlds. So let's get on with it then. I'll start with the one that I've got the least pages in, and then we can look forward to the other ones. So obviously Imagimorphia, I only started colouring any other Kirby book when I got back into my colouring in June of this year. So from June I coloured in Imagimorphia and Mythic Worlds. So let's have a look in this page which one I did. I've done this page. This was a buddy colour with one of my friends off Instagram, Gina. I love this page actually. I got a bit carried away watching Debbie do her fantastic watercolours on Colour Me Stress Free. I tried to do hers and didn't quite turn out as good as what Debbie does, but it was alright for a good attempt. I tried to just do a blending with dark butterflies, working my way up to lighter pinks in the butterflies. I used my Inktense pencils and Black Widows, and the outside of it done this lovely metallic. I don't know if you can catch a metallic there on the page yet. Is the Arteza metallic paints. They are absolutely fantastic. I love them. So try not to keep too much on one page, or it'll be all day. I did this. I love this page. I did it for Pride, really. I support Pride. They're fabulous, the ones, the marches they do in Manchester for Pride. It was actually 50 years this year of Pride. Yeah, I coloured this mostly using my Inktense pencils, and I went over the top with the Black Widows. I just really enjoyed it. I did it as obviously the Pride flag. I really like the way as well I got the white to actually do the highlights. That was in white Posca. So that's that book. There was just 2 pages in that one. In Mythic Worlds, we've got the first page I actually coloured in June. But I'd found out this book had come out and I got it straight away, and I watched Debbie again from Colour Me Stress Free and Dan from Dan Colours. They were doing this page as a buddy page, and the video had me laughing my head off, so I thought why not, and I gave it a go. This was actually my second go. I did buy another copy of this because I messed the first one up, so I bought another book and had another go, and yeah, I got there. But that one was again Inktense and Black Widows. Then we move on now. This page, I love this page. I love everything about it. This was done again with Inktense and Black Widows, and I've also used some sparkle pens, which will have been the Arteza, round the skulls and that. But it took a long time to complete this page, but I'm over the moon with it. I really am. I did get the colours off Karen from My Colourful Country Life. She's done a fantastic swatch sheets, but everything to Prisma, because Karen colours a lot in Prisma with the Prisma pencils, which I've now got but didn't have the time, and she's done a conversion for the Black Widows. So the colours she used to colour hers, I used the matching colours but in the Black Widows. Apart from that, I just did the video, I just did it all myself. I didn't actually copy the video or anything like that. I just used her video for the colour ideas. So I did that one in July this year, and I really enjoyed it. Then the only thing is, some of the bleedings come through on a couple of pages, so I don't want to you know, I've coloured, I think, another page in here which has done the same. I don't understand how I've done this page in July again. I used my Inktense and Black Widows. I just love the Inktense pencils. I think they're fantastic for, you know, base layers and then going over, so easy to going over. So it's only actually them 3 pages I've coloured in here, but as I was saying, I've got this staining on my book and I haven't got a clue where it's come from. The only thing I can think of is my little grandson. I think he might have tried to help me paint, or when I had him painting one day my book was a bit too close, but it's on the edges of the books but it's not on the pages, so we can live with that. Right, now to Worlds Within Worlds. So as I said in my first video, I started my colouring journey in this book, and from May 21 to October 21 I only actually coloured in this book. From October, November time to, I'd say, May, June of this year, I hadn't really done any colouring at all. I didn't touch it. All my colouring stuff was packed away because I was moving and with health issues, but that's by the by. I'm back into it now. So this book was mostly completed between, all the pictures you see today, sorry, will be completed between May 21 and October 21. And I obviously just started my colouring journey, so, you know, some of them are, what you do. I'm going to leave this page blank, just really to show people who look at it the kind of thing, because obviously people don't understand when they look at a coloured page. I've done this introduction. I do want to fill it in here, but I'm still not. I want to do a sky. I'm trying my best at the moment to learn like different skies, and you know, like you get moody skies and sunset skies. Well, I'm trying my hardest at the moment to like get the confidence to do that. I have bound this book as well myself, you can see. I do need a bigger one. This one's a bit too small, but it's so much better having the books bound because the pages lie flat and you can actually get in the creases. So yeah, that's my intro page. Now the next page I've stuck together because I don't want you to see that, because that's one I've just completed this month, so that will be in my completed pages. This one I did in July of last year, and it's with Arteza. Everything in this book as well, I should think, well, what I'm showing you today will be done with the Arteza pencils, because they're the only really ones I had, apart from a Brute Funa set, the 180 set, and I think a Shuttle Art set, but I don't use them no more. I actually gifted them on, so but it's mostly Arteza pencils. There's the moon page. I used Posca silver and white Posca to do the stars and dots in the background, and obviously my blending, you know, could have been a lot better, but I was a beginner and we all have to start somewhere. The next page is the Tortoise. Again, I tried to get the northern lights, light vision in the background, but I love the shading I did on the Tortoise and on the house, the spooky house. I tried to get a glow as well, glow effect behind it, and then we used Posca to do the stars. I've actually got another copy of this book as well, and obviously I've loved it that much I would like to recolour it again. Maybe next year do a challenge to recolour it again, but I don't know yet. On this page, tried to get the like sand into the sea, into the sky effect. All the work on I remember enjoying it so much because it was blending so well. And on the tree page, again, it was all pencil work for all the backgrounds at this stage. The early stage, until I watched Colouring with Kay and realised you can throw loads at a page, and that was just fantastic once I got that. Hence this next page. I love this page. It's distress inks in the background. Just look at the effect you can get with them. Obviously I did go over some of it with pencils as well, and then Posca, but just the sky effects you can get, and I just used it as like a water effect on this page. So this was like Space Side, and this I tried to make it look like a bit watery, so I used the distress inks and then threw water on there and blobbed it off. I also used acrylic, white acrylic, to do the paint, and my shark is a bit glittery. I don't know if you can see there. That's actually Arteza glitter pens, and I've used some of the metallic ones on here as well. I can see it glittering in black Posca, but I thoroughly enjoyed this page. It was so fun just doing it, and you know, getting everything on there, and it was really, really good. Yeah. Next page is the serpent. Is it a serpent? Not too sure. But again, all pencil background and just all pencils on this page. I'm not seem to have used anything else, just the Artezas. I've not done working on in the actual clouds, so you can tell it was an earlier page, as I'm now working into the clouds when I'm colouring. This page got so many likes on Instagram, and I was amazed because it was one of the pages that I really didn't know what to do with it. I was like, whatever, so I used Distress Inks in the background. I'd seen someone do like a pinkish background, so I used a few different colours and then just drew around all the clouds with the Posca, and just did it as a, I don't know, but again, I enjoyed it. Now this page, as soon as I did this page and my mum seen it, that was it. She wanted it. She wanted it out of the book so she could frame it. She fell in love with it, and even now when she sees it, she always says how much she likes it. Excuse me. With this page, I did follow Karen from My Colourful Country Life. It was in May, so it was the first month I'd been colouring, so obviously I wouldn't have had a clue how to, you know, get it looking so dark and in between the things. The only different thing I did is over the eye, I actually added Tonic Nouveau drops, and I used the white marker. The Nouveau drops, I just put a lump on, then I thought, what have I done? So I got a paintbrush and I just painted it so it was flat, but it does give it that extra, I think it does in person anyway, it gives it that extra, if you can see the actual glare there, maybe, I don't know. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed doing this page. And blue is my favourite colour, so that was the reason I did in blue. But fantastic page and fantastic colour along as well with Karen, so I totally enjoyed that one. Next one, I didn't like this page at all. I dreaded it. I put it off for as long as I can. I just don't get the shading on the buildings. It's something I just put off, and then one day I thought, well, you've got to do it to complete the book. So we went for it, and I used different shades of pinks and purples. I used glitter pens on the flying machines, and for the book, I think it was Distress Ink, and then coloured pencils around the edge. I used the Tim Holtz stencil with a different shade of the yellows, or the orange, sorry, over the back, to try and make it a little bit more interesting. But yep, it's done. That's all I'll say on that one. It's okay, it's passable. People, you know, like it when they look at it in the book and say, wow, it's so. But I think I'd do it a different in my next book. This page I've not done, so if anyone fancies doing a challenging colour-along, give me a shout, because we've got to get this book done by December. Again, this page, I didn't have a clue what to do in the background, and it's not the best background, but as it is, I might actually go over it with my Neo colours. I think I've tried to use some paint or something there. I'm not too sure. It feels like pencils, but that looks a bit wishy-washy, so I'm not too sure. I did good with the pencil work and with the blending, and yeah, another page done. Again, here's another page I'm still left to do. I do actually love this page. I don't know why I've not coloured it. I think it's because of the background. I'm not too sure what to do. So there's another page I've got to finish. I loved working this page. Just fantastic page. I really, really like it. I hope you're getting all the book in as much as I can. This one was just all Arteza pencils and a bit of the Arteza glitter paint. The Arteza pencils are fantastic. Even now, I still love my Arteza pencils. They are my first two go-to pencils, even though, excuse me, even though I do now have the Prismacolors, and they are very soft for me. I need to really work hard and learn how to use them, but the Prismacolors are just fantastic. I have just received the Polychromos as well, and I'm loving them at the moment. Anyway, back to the pages. I used black acrylic for the background on this one. I learned by this time that you can use acrylics. Again, this page I watched Karen from My Colourful Country Life video. I think I watched it about 10 times. Just amazed with how the way she coloured it, and I don't, when I watch a video of somebody's, I don't copy it page for page or item for item. I just take on board what they're doing and try and learn it myself in my head, and then just come to the page and just, you know, have a go at doing it. And if they turn out good, yeah, they turn out good. I am happy with all my pages. I am very, very proud of them. All of them I'm very proud of. This one again was one of the first ones I did in May of last year. Mick Hamill. I love Mick Hamill. I'm also, apart from being obsessed with Kirby books, I'm also obsessed with volcanoes. If there's a new volcano eruption on YouTube, you will find me sat there for hours just watching the lava flow, and it just mesmerised me. I think it's just beautiful, you know, to watch and stuff like that. Some very brave people with the droids go up there. Anyway, this page, I tried to make it look darker because he was underwater, and then where all the trees were, I just coloured them in like a reddy orange colour, trying to get it to look like the lava had flown down and going into the water. I wish I'd have done something more with the background rather than just doing it blue, but I did use Arteza acrylic markers, which are really, really good for using, you know, on big backgrounds and things like that. You get loads of paint in them. They are really, really good. This page, on the background I used Distress inks, obviously Arteza pencils, and also what I did to make it try and look a bit different was I have loads of stamps because I used to be a card maker, so I've got loads of stamps, and I just stamped some snowflakes in the background and put embossing powder over the top and used my heat gun to melt it, and obviously it leaves a lovely like soft feel on top of them, and with the embossing powder as well in the background. I just thought I'd give it a little something different. The only thing is I need to do something the same, maybe leaves on this page, but we'll see. Again, another to-do page. This page, I need to colour this one, obviously, and get it done. I did say to Karen when she was doing her page, it reminds me of the Emerald City and the Yellow Brick Road. Whether I'll colour it that way, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be a big page, but I will get onto it soon. Next page, the bubbles. I love this page again. It was the first time I've actually colouring like a bubble thing, so I watched a couple of, you know, videos and got tips off a few different people, and then just blended them into my own and come up with my own thing. But I am happy with it, with the Posca I used on the page, or it might have been the Arteza white acrylic marker, I can't really remember. But it's all black pencil in the background as well. It is actually pencil work, that I think. Oh, Posca. Might be black Posca actually. Sorry. This page don't need to see because it's going to be in my September colour along page, so you can have a look at the monkey. Yeah, I was happy with him. I got, you know, got on the blending and stuff like that on the building and stuff like that, and I just used again a Arteza acrylic marker for the background. So you can't peep at that page yet. That's a to come one, you'll be seeing it soon. Right, and then we've got these. Now this is the page. This is the page that caused all my fuss. I love it. This is the page Karen, My Colourful Country Life, was colouring at the time when I just suddenly came across a video. I don't know how I came onto it, but I seen it and I was amazed at the artist work on it and stuff like that, seeing the way Karen was colouring it. So, like I say, I was straight onto Amazon, bought the book and my Arteza pencils, and here I am today, over a year on. This page was a buddy colour with my friend off Instagram, with Gina. and we did it as a Bullacuddy not too long ago. In August actually this year. I used Neo colours for the background and loved the way they blended really well with the background. And yeah, it was one of them pages what you think, oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But when it comes to the cactus, it was like, oh, what shades do you use? What colours do you use? All the different trends of greens. But me and Gina did it together, and her page is fantastic. I will show her page at the end of this video, hopefully, or if I don't get a chance to figure out how to load it up, I'll do it on my September completed page, because this was only done at the very end of August, so I might sneak it in there if I can't figure it out today. Okie dokie. This page again was another colour along with Gina and with Julia off Instagram. I really enjoyed this page. I used the clouds stencil for the background with a bit distressing, and it was just calling out red to me for some reason while I was doing it. So I also did use Renaissance, I think it's Jewel colours, let me just see. I think it's a Crown Jewels that I used, yeah, the Crown Jewels, the Crown Jewels collection. They're absolutely beautiful. These are all the colours you get in it, and I used the red one. These do look very small, but what I do is, obviously they are very expensive, some of the paints, and to get the collections, and if you're not sure you're going to use them all, so what I do is I buy the dot cards you can get, where you get a decent size drop of the paint on the card, and then I take it off and I put it into these little pots, and I put a magnet on the bottom, so then I can just put them in there. And then obviously that's the starter of that set, and it costs a lot less. And then you can see then if you use them a lot, you'll obviously use that certain paint a lot, and then you can buy it in the big time off, knowing that you're going to use that particular colour. If you do want me to go through that, I have got some more dot cards coming within the next couple of weeks, so if you'd like me to show you how I put the dot cards into the little tins, obviously let me know and I'll show you. Okay, so that's that one. So that's that page. Sorry about that, went off track big time then. The serpent page, the big dragon page, sorry. This again was one of the first ones I did and just thoroughly loved it. It took me ages to do. I couldn't believe how long it takes us to do some of these pages. Hours. This is, and again, that's a whip I started, and then obviously I stopped colouring at that time because my health. The mushroom page, and this is one I've got to do. Page is badly marked though, obviously, from that, but I will overcome it. The glass bauble page, on this one on the background I used a stencil of Tim Holtz with the distress inks. I tried to make it look like a net, like they were hanging in front of a net curtain for some reason, but it didn't turn out that way, but it still turned out a lovely background. I really enjoyed doing the glass effect, trying to get it to look like it was glass, and I used white and silver on them pages. What's that one? The Doll's House. I did this as a good body colour as well, but I did this with Jacqueline from Spare Room Studio on Instagram. We did this page together. I did the background Posca in, just tried to get different colours, what I'd use from within the house in the bubbles in the background to make it look different. But it certainly cheers the page up, doesn't it? The bumblebee page. I'd seen lots of people obviously doing the honeycomb in the background. All I did for that was I just cut myself a honeycomb shape and then just held it on the paper and just went round and then went back over it once I'd coloured the honeycomb individually, trying to get the shading in and the bumblebees and everything. Again, blue, my favourite colour. So yeah, did well on that page. This was one of the pages that I really enjoyed doing because I used a lot of the Arteza metallic on the fairground and the glitter. I think I just received the pencils. It depends if I remember it this time. So you've got the glitter ones on the butterflies, and a lot of I use the Arteza fine liners as well on the middle bit, because obviously I was struggling to get my pencils in there. The Ant House page again, in the background, Tim Holtz Distress Inks with one of his stencils just over the top, just a random one, just placed randomly because I was unsure of what to do on the background. But again, I was starting to get better at blending the wood. You could see the different colours as before. I'd go over them and it'd all just like looking to one colour at first. So, and the buildings, I was trying to get a bit better at following Kirby's shadows and things like that. Yeah, and we did the red ants as well. Okay, and these 2 pages, these were actually coloured at different times. This one was done in May and this one was done in June. I didn't want to colour it as one, even though it does look, because I used the same Arteza acrylic marker for the background. So, but no, again, just beautiful, aren't they? And so bright, so, you know, in your face, it's, I do love them. And the rabbits, again, these were both done, these were in May, so I was getting used to using the pencils, and I did the background on this one because I used to make cards, and obviously I used these kind of things on mini cards, so I used the clouds in the background first, like even when I first started. I wrote down as well, I don't know if you've noticed, but on my pages I write down, I use a ticker tape, you know, the HP, the One Touch Note I think it's called. You put tape in it and you can like type out what you want, so I use one of them, and I always put on the month and the year that it was done and what pens and inks I used on it, just so I never forget, really, you know, for in the future, if years to come, if the book survived that long. Sloth, again, I think it was like, this is the second page I'd ever coloured in. I made a bit of mistake because I used black acrylic. It was one from Indigo Blue, and I was alright up here, but as soon as I got down there I thought, how am I going to get in between all them? So I thought, right, okay, do an arch and do a sunset in between. Thankfully it turned out alright, so I was more than happy with that. I just went round the lanterns and tried to do a little bit of shine, because I realised the pencils wouldn't go over the acrylic, so it was a bit of a panic station, and I really didn't fancy getting in between all these little marks neither. But with Sloth, I love sloths. I love them, it was so cute. So he was very special for me to do, and I think it was the second picture I'd coloured in this book. There's another page that I've got to colour yet. This page I've used again Distress Inks in the background with the water effect. I've also used some of the gels from Tonic Studios. The little fishes are like in an orange glaze, and the wings as well for the dragonflies, are they? So yeah, I really enjoyed doing this page. I've enjoyed all the pages. What do I keep saying I've enjoyed it for? Big page to do. Yeah, that's going to take a while to colour them too. Snake page, I couldn't think of what to do in the background. Happy with the colour again, blue, favourite colour. Yep, and the Spaceman page, this was the first time I had to go at doing like a, you know, silver, greyish colour, and I was quite happy with it. I was over the moon when I first did it. So proud of myself, and doing the, like, trying to get them to go light around the edges, but I'd already done the black acrylic and then decided to do it, so it was going mad on the Posca and going back over with the same pencils, trying to make it look lighter each time. And again, I started seeing someone going into the clouds, so another double page. A lot of double pages I'm left to do. Again, the next 2 pages I've covered over, because there's one on that page, and this next page is another one that you'll be seeing. Now this page is the very, very first page I ever coloured in this book. I sat down and I thought, well, hey, let's get going, and I did. I tried to make the trees look like his mane. That was the idea. As soon as I seen his book, I thought, right, well, obviously he's a tiger lion, so we'll get him a big mane going on. And that's what I tried to do, and tried to colour the little animals in with the thing as well, so they didn't stand out as much. And this is what got me into Kirby, this, you know, just colouring it and realising with the pencils. Obviously I was only using 2 pencils for the blend at the time. I wasn't doing like 3, 4, 5 blends, you know, colour pencil blends like we sometimes do on things. I always try and stick it to the 3 pencils, while I'm colouring, unless it's like a big area. Looking forward to doing this page, getting me these dress inks out and stuff like that for the water in the background. It makes it a lot quicker if you use this dress inks. And then I just never seem to get around this page. The page is very dirty. Obviously, you know, I do take this book well, not everywhere with me. I take it to me friends and colour it his at weekends when I'm there and that. Another 2 page, tried to get the background and do the, you know, Northern Lights. Keep forgetting what it is. One of the things, the wonders of the world that I'd love to go and see, the Northern Lights. If anyone fancy taking me, just give me a shout and I'll pop along with you. It'll only take us a couple of hours, I suppose. The flamingos, the sorry, my throat is going. All the plants and everything, I did colour them in, and I was happy with them. And then I just couldn't get round because I was using black acrylic paint, and I just messed it up, so they all just got covered. But I think I pulled it back by putting the background on it, the Neo. These are just crayons as well I used, just like gel crayons, and just smudged it off the paper and onto the I can't remember who showed me that. I don't know who it was, Colouring with Kay, that I picked that up, which, you know, if you want to see that, I can show you, easily done. Thinking about the time now, it's getting on a little bit. Another page, can't wait to colour, really looking forward, you know, looking forward to colouring these 2 pages. My cheats page, loved it. Just loved the way I got the thing around the moon. So the little things to me at this stage is like the way I got the blend on the lanterns, and even the blend from the sky going down to different colours. It's all pencil work on that page. Again, another page to colour. If anyone fancies any of these pages, just give me a shout. It'll encourage me to give them a go. Now, I love this page. I really, really enjoyed doing it. I used Arteza water paints. I had to look in the centre there. Arteza water paints for the background. You know, tried to blend it down. First time of using the normal water paints, but otherwise it's all pencil work. And Posca for the mountains. I just love it. I think it looks so bright and so amazing. I did this in September of last year, so you can tell from the other one that I was progressing, I was getting there. And the boots page, everyone loves. Everyone's coloured the boot page, I think. As soon as they go into the Kirby books, it seems to be one of the ones that they go for. I did colour them the same, but opposite. If you know what I mean, they have the same coloured pencils. The trees, you know, opposites again. I've got the Arteza glitter pens on here as well. I think I threw a bit of everything at it. Yeah, these the Arteza pencil, must have used something else on there, but I'm not too sure. I've just got down the Arteza glitter pens, but I think I might have used something extra as well for the glitter pens. But they are fantastic. Yeah, it's just the glitter pens. So, and that's it. That's the end of all the pages I've coloured at the moment. I hope you did enjoy the video. I hope I've not kept you too long and witted on with myself for too long. Yeah, I hope you like it. Please like and subscribe my video and to my channel. There will be a lot more Kirby coming. Now I'm getting these videos up, getting the confidence in myself to actually show you. My next video will hopefully coming up again within the next couple of days. I plan to show you how I use my Ruby Charms Big Book of Colours, not just for swatching pens and pencils and your stash basically, but how I also have recorded which pages I've coloured, how many pages out of each book of Kirby's, because he's got 11 books out at the moment. That's not including the doodle books. I think it's about 13 books he's got out at the moment in total. I don't have his doodle books or the sketchy colours, because that obviously, like I said before, that is extremely hard to get hold of it, and if you do, it's usually very expensive. So I've got 11 of his books, like I say. 3 I've started colouring, the other 9 I've not touched yet. So hopefully by the end of September I will have coloured in a few more of his books, because that's what I challenged myself to do this month, to colour at least 1 page out of his books that I've not touched yet, because I have had them for a long time, and obviously, you know, it's all Kirby, and all about his amazing books he's got. So, like I say, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you've got any messages or requests, leave a message down at the bottom for me. And that's about it. So, thank you very much for joining me again. I've probably said that about 10 times now. Speak to you all soon. Okay, bye-bye.